Let's wait for some more folks to come up in here, all right? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday night. Hope you guys had a wonderful week. All right. Hope you guys are feeling wonderful on this Friday night. Friday vibes, always good, always fun, right? All right, everybody, let's wait for some more folks. Hope you guys are feeling wonderful. Keep up the high vibes, all right? Keep up the good vibes. Keep smiling, keep shining. All right, let's wait for some more folks, okay? Hope you guys are feeling wonderful tonight and hope you guys had a great week. All right. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, how are you? Hey, Scoop. How are you? Hope you guys are feeling wonderful. Hey, Mira. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys had a really nice week. Right? Hope you guys are feeling vibrant as I am. It's been a really nice day. It's been a really nice week, actually, overall, weather-wise down here, too, right? So I've been loving it. Hey, Sam. Hey, Pearl. Hope you guys are feeling really good. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Shan. How are you guys doing? Hey, Trini. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are feeling awesome tonight. Yep, everybody. All right. Being the hot topic, right? Being the hot topic. Being the type of person where, you know, it's like a lot of people have your name in their mouth. A lot of people, you get the world, you get the people buzzing around you. You get a lot of people buzzing. You get a lot of people talking. You get a lot of people flustered, curious. Okay. Yep. Hey, Herschel. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, Ethan. All right. I'm telling you, being the hot topic is kind of funny and it's kind of ironic too, because a lot of people really want to keep you like the best kept secret. But at the same time, it's like they keep you in circulation as well. You know, it's like they may complain about you or talk negatively about you, but at the end of the day, you're still a topic of some sort, right? You're still the person a lot of people talk about. They want to keep you circulating. Think about the news, right? Think about the news and what's out there and what people just keep talking about and they feed into it. And this is what it is. A lot of people feed into the idea of you, what you're into, what you're up to, what you're going to do, what you've done, what you didn't do. You're the hot topic. And this is how it's going to be as long as you keep grinding, as long as you keep pushing, right? And the thing that's kind of crazy is like, I do feel like it's ironic. I do feel it's like it's kind of funny, like where people swear they don't like you, they swear they can't stand you, but the energy that they're giving out is like they're still kind of interested and invested in your life, invested in what you're dealing with, right? So it's kind of like how it works. It just seems kind of weird how, they have these thoughts about you, but they're still generating that interest, and the interest is sticking, the interest is holding, because you're not like everybody else. It's not fading away. The interest of you isn't fading. It's growing. It's getting stronger. It's getting more, it's getting hot, right? I'm talking about when you're a hot topic, you're not going to go out of style so soon, right? A lot of people are going to keep talking your name and they're going to keep talking keep talking about what you're dealing with. And it's kind of funny because they try to make it seem like it's a negative thing or you're a negative person, but all the while it's like, no, there's got to be something about this person where people just keep talking about them and wanting to know more about them and wanting to know what they're going to do next, and even watching very closely to see what you possibly could produce next. So it's crazy, right? And thank you so much for that, Ethan. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. Hey, Josh. Hey, Judah. Hey, from the heart. Hey, everybody. Hey, God's chosen follower. Hope you're doing well. Hey, PLJ. Hey, Persian. I hope you guys are awesome tonight. Feeling awesome, all right? Keep the high vibes up, all right? I'm with all of you guys, no matter where you guys are from, where you guys are at right now. Obviously, I'm from Toronto, so, here in Canada, it's like, I feel like there's a lot of craziness in the world, but all you could do is just try to connect with people who you feel very like-minded to, people who you feel like are on similar journeys. And I do feel like I connect with a lot of you here on the Mindset Elevator, all right? So, and that's why I'm here. And I like to bring certain topics to light to where, I don't want nobody to be dumbed down. You know what I mean? Like, I know the feeling of being dumbed down and being played like a fool, and it's just too many times to count the times that has happened to me. And I just prefer to be more vigilant. I prefer to be more wary about what's going on. It's like I'm forced to be wary. I'm forced to be, you know, hyper vigilant on what's been transpiring around me. And I peep different energies and I see what's really going on, and I feel like you guys can feel it too and see it too. It's a bond like no other. I'm very thankful for the community. I'm very thankful for each and every single one of you. I express deep thanks to all of you, and thanks for sharing all of your stories as well, you know? It's very nice to see. Like, some of the stories are not so nice, but you know, it's it's like understanding that it's not just you, it's not just, and it's not just you, it's not just me, you know, it's a lot of us had to deal with a lot of craziness in this world. It's like, you know, sometimes the bond is over misery and sadness and, you know, coming from dark places. So I respect all of you, and keep going up, everybody. All right. Always think about that forward movement where you want to be. And, you know, when you come from a place of lack, or when you come from a place where a lot of people don't go up and you're just the odd one out, you're going to be the hot topic. That's just how it's going to be. You're going to be the hot topic. You're going to be the person people talk about. People, even people will brag about you, you know, and it's crazy because it's oftentimes the same people who didn't support you or who didn't rock with you in the first place. So imagine a reality, right? Imagine a reality where, you know, you're doing your thing and you have a bunch of haters coming out of the woodwork, right? And then in the midst of this, the people who tried to hate and say it wasn't going to work out for you, but they see that it is now, are the people who will jump on the bandwagon and say, oh yeah, I know him, you know, I know her, yeah, that's my cuz, that's my best friend, or my ex best friend, I used to go to college with them, I know them, wow, they're doing that now. A lot of people will talk your name now because you're winning now. But it's like they didn't want to accept that you were going to be winning. They didn't want to believe that that was going to be a possibility for you. Imagine people changing sides, you know, changing their tune when it comes to you. It's prevalent. This is not, you know, uncommon. This will continue to happen because as long as there is doubt about your gifts, as long as there are reservations about where you're going, trust and believe that you're going to have these people jumping ship. They're going to be singing all types of tunes. And it's like, at the end of the day, are they going to come with you or not? That's up to you. That's up to you if you want to bring these people around you. You're going to be the hot topic for people who don't know what else to talk about. You would think that they'd follow, you know, their own path and do their own thing, right? You would think so. It's logical. That's what you're doing. That's what they see you doing. So you would kind of think, okay, well, from this experience, they'd kind of be inspired and work on themselves. But no, they're inspired to hate on you, right? They're inspired to talk ill, to speak ill of you. Because you're no longer in codependent unions as well, these people hate so heavy. Trust and believe when people see you take off and you fly and you no longer need them or their people. Maybe because you used to, well, you're in a better position now. You don't need them like that anymore. Not to say you have less respect for them, but you're on your way. You're on your own 2 feet. So what? What's the problem, right? But people will make it into a problem and it will be a topic. And oftentimes the topic is going to make it seem like the positive things that you're doing are actually quite negative and should be frowned down upon, right? So if you're not codependent anymore, for example, people are going to hate on you and say, well, who does she think she really is though? Right? Like, who does he think he is? Go do, like, he thinks that he's hot, you know, but they know that you are though. And this is the crazy thing, is that they know that you have that flair. Who are they really kidding though? And it's not even like an arrogant thing. You are sure of yourself. That's all it takes, being sure of yourself. It troubles people and people will talk about it. And they'll make it into where it's a really bad thing. You shouldn't be moving like this. But it's like, okay, so they'd rather you be down. They'd rather you be sad. They'd rather you have no confidence. They'd rather you be bound to their problems. But it seems like, yes, that is the better alternative for them. That you'd be just kind of like stuck and walking. These people would rather see you sad and down and out, you know, lacking. And it's because they have this sort of reality a lot of times. Positive people don't need to go out here, you know, and trouble other people. So you have to think about what type of person is this, you know? And so, yeah, you will create a lot of buzz. You will create a lot of interest, you know, simply by being yourself and transforming your life. I believe that transformation is one of those big things that happen in your life that get a lot of people talking. And especially when you used to be one way and now you're totally 180 changed. We're talking about the type of topics that we're talking about. It's like it's like people coming around and they really sit down and they will talk about you. It's not so casual as you may think. It could be, but a lot of times I truly feel like people will just, they'll everybody's talking about it. Everyone's in on it and you're kind of like flying. You're still flying and you're not really paying too much attention to what they're trying to do or what they're trying to say because you have places to go, you got things to do. But the thing about being the hot topic is like oftentimes you don't ask for this. You don't ask to be spoken about. You don't ask to be watched. But it's going to happen anyway because your transformation is like this event in your life that people just cannot ignore. To ignore is to be ignorant. A lot of people will see that you're changing. You've changed your ways. Maybe you used to have a lot of unsavory ways. I used to have a lot of unsavory ways, that I had to hack away at because it was going to lead me down a path of not being fulfilled and being miserable, being negative. I'm not going to sit here and say that I never had negative ways because of course I did. I'm coming from a place where, you don't have encouragement. People are not, supporting you, all that type of stuff. Yeah, you're going to feel that everybody is against you. But when I saw that God was never against me, God was always for me, and all these people out here, it didn't match. It didn't match what they could do, what they thought, I knew what was bigger, what was greater, and that was that. And so when people see that, wow, like she really does not need us anymore. What? And who would have thought that it would have come to this, right? Who would have thought that it would have come to the point where you really, you're standing on your own 2 feet, like you're moving in a way where people are really wondering, like, is this you? Is this really you? Is this the person that they grew up with? Is this really their cuz, their bro? People that you're surpassing in ways where that was never your intention. That's simply the outcome of your growth. You are surpassing people because you did the work, and you're probably healing yourself and you are changing the face of your life, your future. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Nick says, I don't got time for weird fake energy. I mean, who really wants that around them when they're trying to go up? But trust and believe the hot topic that you are now, it's like that will create, a lot of weird vibes around you. Even when you're not around, I'm talking about people will really like mull over you, really talk about you, mull over you, and really like have something to say, talking your business. It's like playing broken telephone. They don't really know what's going on. They'll talk and they'll spread stuff, but they don't really have the nitty gritty details to really be talking. And so it's all speculation when it comes to you, and a lot of people, when they speculate, like I said, it's broken telephone. What is true? What is not? How did this person get this information? How are they saying that? Why are they doing that? A lot of your choices will be under scrutiny, heavy scrutiny by your people. I'm not talking about strangers. They don't qualify. Your people will definitely put you under heavy scrutiny, almost like surveillance, right? Watching you and talking about you and thinking that they could dissect your life. A lot of times it's broken telephone. They're playing by themselves. They're playing with a group of thems, and they're not elevating. And you're the hot topic and you're still shining. I mean, what was supposed to happen here, right? What was supposed to happen? I mean, you got to give yourself a pat on the back. For real. Give yourself a pat on the back for the life that you're living now. The place that you come from. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hey, Diana, I hope you're doing well. Hey, Caleb, thank you. Hey, Josh. Yeah. Josh says, understanding they are against God, not us, is the key. It's a whole different thing when we see that it's not, the problem is not us. It's deeper than that, right? And so they got to take it up with God. They cannot attack you and chase you and want to get at you. But they will, though, Josh, right? They will. They will still try to get at you and use you as the culprit and use you as the punching bag and still talk your name. And they're generating more circulation here for your name and your whole life. Your life is interesting. That's just what it is. Your life is very interesting. It's interesting how you started here and you ended up here, like how did that happen? And it's a puzzle that they've been trying to put together. But because they're not in the same room as you anymore, they're not on the same path as you. They're not positive enough to be around you a lot of times. It's a puzzle that will never fit. It's like pieces that are missing because they're not around to, really contribute, really to know. It's broken telephone. From the heart, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, Diana says, I'm always focusing on the positive, as you should, right? As you should. It's vital because, when you dwell more on the negative aspects of life, that will be your life. That will be, the outcome, the outlook of your life. And so we have to think more about, well, how can I be better? How can I be greater? How can I get more, right? Because I like to say that there is no ceiling to one's success. If you really want to be successful, if you want to be great, just be great, and start and just do it. And yeah, a lot of people are going to talk about that because it's like, why can't I just do it? Why can't I just be like that? How come it's them? How come? And they know why. And they know you deserve it. They know. But it's just it gets really complicated for them. It gets really shaky. Really, really shaky. Yep. Surviving says, the times of claiming my things as theirs needs to be ended completely. This includes my higher self things, right? I feel you. People will try to attach themselves to you and to everything that you do, right? It's like clout. That's what I see it as. It's very much clout. And when you're being spoken about because you are a hot topic, it will oftentimes be, you know, it's like a bunch of people who know you are going to talk about you like they know you, like they rock with you, like you used to rock with them. It's very much clout. I'm not too big on the clout chasing. I think that it's just weird. It's just weird to live a life where you're just trying to get the attention of the masses, or even to talk somebody's name to get attention for that. Imagine having that sort of impact. A lot of us do, where we're just kind of doing our own thing and people talk about us just for clout. And it's like, what are you getting from this? But it gives them some sort of feeling inside. It gives them some kind of euphoria and a rush, you know? And a lot of people, they'll talk your name and they'll say all types of crazy things. They'll make up rumors, right? I know how that stuff goes, all right? Like they'll make up a lot of rumors and they'll make up things that never happened, or they'll really like stretch the truth, to where it's like this didn't even take place, right? And the reason why they're doing this is because it's clout. It's clout. They want to be able to say they know you and they saw you do this, or when they were with you that one time you did that, you said that, or they want to be able to say, well, I helped him with that, I did that for her. If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be where they're at. But it's kind of funny how they make it seem like they helped you so monumentally, so in a life-changing way. And how odd is it that they're still in the same spot? Oftentimes misery, oftentimes like hopelessness, jealousy, deep envy and resentment for life itself. Imagine that, like they helped you so much, but they're still in that rut. And so you have to wonder, like, why do people keep your name in circulation? And why is it that the outlook of their life doesn't look good, doesn't seem right? A lot of people, the clout is very weak. The clout chasing is very, very weak. And being a hot topic and generating interest, I mean, like you will have people who are very interested in you, very, invested in you, very, they like you because you're a likable person. But there's going to be people that, even though they know this deep down, they will force themselves to have a different perception of you, therefore spreading a different narrative about you. And it helps them sleep at night. You know what I mean? It soothes them. It's euphoria. And unfortunately, it's just what they're going to do. That's how they're going to move. And it's sad. And so I stay away from certain people these days. I like my peace. I like tranquility. And I don't bother with people who only bother with drama. People who bother, people who sit around and talk about the next man or the next woman in your presence will talk about you when you're not around. And this is just something how I know how it goes. This is how it goes. This is what, if it's so bold, if it's so brazen, when you're not around, you're probably the hot topic. And it's really sad how you can be in a room full of low vibrations, right? And I've been in many rooms like that, low vibrations. Everyone seems scripted, rehearsed, not behaving normally, not behaving right. You could tell people are acting like, you know, it's bougie, like acting a little bit strange. And I noticed that this oftentimes happens, like you don't see them doing this to anybody, just to anybody. They will selectively choose who they want to be like this around. And to avoid these uncomfortable instances, I just do not put myself in certain rooms anymore, because it's better to not entertain the drama. It's just better. And some people, they really like the drama. They enjoy the chaos. This gives them an identity. It gives them something to do, something to talk about. Let's say if you're in a jam of some sort, right? Let's say if you're having a problem. Let's say if something's happening in your life that isn't looking too good. And you tell some people and these people start talking your business like it's like free press, like they're just bouncing your business around and they're talking about your misery or your unfortunate situation in a gossipy sort of fashion, right? So we have to think about this. People will even make your misery the hot topic. They'll talk about how you were homeless. They'll talk about how, you don't have a lot of money now, or, something happened with the court system. A lot of people will take your misery, right? They'll take your misery and they will make it the hot topic. I think it's very unfortunate how people will do this. They'll highlight, your failures or the parts of your life that are not looking too good. You would think that your people, right, would just keep their traps shut, right? But that's a fat chance, right? A lot of people will talk your business into the ground amongst people who do not even know you. This is low. This is of low quality. They'll talk your business to people that don't even know you, didn't get a chance to know you. And I know this because this has happened to me countless amount of times where people know my business, but I don't know these people. And so this is why I move a little bit different. Like I have to be careful who I tell what to, what I say, how deep I go into it. Do they really need to know? Sometimes we give them the fuel. We give them the fuel to talk our business. We give them the fuel. We add to it without even thinking because we feel vulnerable, right? The vulnerability will always get you, And so it's like we have to be very careful who we say what to because they will use it against you if they're miserable enough. It has to be that miserableness factor there. People who feel like their lives, are not that great. But her life, and they're going to laugh at that. His life, wow, they're going to pick it apart. And they find solace in this. It's a game and it's a sick one. It's an unfortunate one. People will use your misery as the hot topic. Somehow, some way they heard this through that person. It gets really murky, and I think that it's grimy, it's gross. I think that to go around and talk other people's business, when they're in a state of, being vulnerable is odd. It's odd. And the oddest thing of all is when you know how their life looks like. They could be working on some things and they don't want to work on nothing that they're embroiled in, right? They'd rather work on picking you apart and talking about how you do this and she did that and I heard he did this. They don't know nothing about you. A lot of times it's just hearsay. And hearsay, a lot of times, isn't admissible in many courts, right? So I'm talking about people who hear things and make up stories and create delusions about you. They can't even call you to ask what the real truth is. A lot of times you're just too high. You're going too high. These people cannot find out what's really going on with you. So people will create stories, create tall tales for entertainment purposes. It's like what? They're going around and it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yep. Water Queen says, those people are demons. Yeah, Gifted said, it's so immature. Right. Melanin says, they usually have a boring life. Right. Marion said, people are strange. Yep. Judah says, your right energy is important. Right. Hey, Reality, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Courtney says, empty brains. Wisdom doesn't speak on foolishness. I feel you. Yep. From the Heart says, it's so weird. That's why I thank God for communities such as this. It's hard to find good-hearted people. I really appreciate that, and I really hope that, you know, no matter who's talking your name, you just go where you're respected. Please go where you're respected. Please don't go where you think you're chasing to be a part of something that is really not worth being a part of. This is how I used to move. You go around people, you want to be a part of something, oh, you'll just go. Sometimes you got to decline the invite. Sometimes you got to say, nah, I'm not going to go. Right? I'm not going to be a participant in this, because a lot of times you just showing up is going to start the topic. It's going to start the conversation. Like when you don't come, it's a bummer. Can you imagine? When you don't show up, it's like, didn't get them this time, right? A lot of people simply want you around to have your information, to talk about you. And it's not because they want to see you. It's not because they want to see how you're doing. It's because they want to hear the details and information and intel you have about your life, so they can go around and spread it to third parties, right? To their agents, to whoever they talk to. It's really sad. And once again, sometimes these people don't even know you. It's a weird thing. Like, why are people so obsessed? This obsession is deep. It's an obsession that is odd. It's uncalled for, it's unwarranted. How even you'll generate so much interest by being the hot topic, that these people who know you will talk your business and talk about you to people who never met you, don't know nothing about you, or don't know enough about you to even talk your name. And you wonder, don't anybody ask any questions? Like, why do you talk about this person? Why I don't see them around? What's going on? Is this person really that bad? What's going? It seems like everybody's quiet. Nobody's raising important questions that need to be asked. Like, how do you know this? Like there was one time someone asked me questions about something I never told them about. Something that I never discussed with them. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how do you know this information? But it's simply because they were around people who were talking my business. So your business isn't sacred with every single person, right? And it's really pathetic to me, right? And it's sad how people will talk your information, speak your information. They'll talk around, they'll mull over it, and it's like, you're supposed to be unbeknownst. Like, you're not supposed to know about it. You're supposed to be the person left out of your own information being circulated. So yeah, it's it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And knowing that it's ridiculous is going to help us make better moves, know how to navigate these shady connections. Because a lot of these connections we are a part of are extremely shady, and they're one-sided as well. They are transactional, right? Think about people coming around you, you're talking, you're having a good time, right? But you are giving them information and intel to people who don't really care about you like that. And I've been in these situations. You're pouring your heart out to some of these people, and what they'll do is they'll soak up the information to go away, leave your house, to hate, to spread, to make things up, to tell tall tales. And it's because their lives are not that great. They feel very miserable, and this is what they concoct. And they use you as the test dummy. They use you as the guinea pig. It's a really sad situation. We don't want to be guinea pigs. We are leaders. We stand up, we lead, we hold our heads high, and we know what we're about. And when you know what you're about, no one's really going to come up to you and press you. That's more in their head. In their head, they're going to do it. Out loud, in person, in your face, they're not going to move no type of way like that. It's all imaginative. It's like make believe, And a lot of times when you go around people, they'll be in costumes. They'll have the masks on. They're not being themselves. And they see that you're being yourself. Sometimes you're just truly nice, truly giving, truly, open, and so people will take advantage of how you truly are and use it to their advantage. And unfortunately, it backfires on us many times. And then when we find out, oh, they're saying stuff, it's like, wow, like I said that, real casually, what happened, and people will, I'm telling you, people go low. People go low. It's a really bad game of limbo. People will go low, and they have no shame. There is no shame in the depths of their miserableness, how deep they'll go. If a person is vindictive enough, they'll talk about you, and they'll talk you down like a dog. They don't care. They don't care if they hurt your feelings. They don't care if they ruin your reputation. They don't care if they, come in between your relationship, your children's lives. They don't care what type of mud they're tracking into your life. You clean it up. You know what I mean? They want you to clean it up. And then for them to say, oh, yeah, I did this and they cleaned it up. You know, I'm telling you, it's just, it's so backwards. And I'm not about it. I'm not about it. I don't like it. Right. So it's really crazy that, kind of like changing yourself, transforming your life is going to cause a lot of drama. A lot of times it's going to cause drama and you're not intending it for it to be this way. It's simply a result. If you're connected to certain people, you may inadvertently cause drama because of the nature of some of these folks. And the nature of your transformation is simply too jilting for them. It's too shocking for them. A lot of things that you've been through, people kind of laugh, ha ha, that was a topic then too. So now when you've changed, when you've elevated, that's going to be a topic as well. And people are going to dumb you down and say, oh, I heard this. Oh, I heard that. I heard her house was in foreclosure. People don't know nothing about what you're dealing with. They don't know what caused it. They don't know what the catalyst was. They don't know nothing. It's broken telephone. It's a game. And you're going to hear me say a lot of times that these people play a lot of games, and like I said, Hasbro, there's nothing they can do to beat the type of games that these people play. All right. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Yep. Courtney says, how dare you leave the herd? They are offended, aren't they? They're very offended that you do not need them and you're not in those shaky waters anymore. But you should be happy. You should be celebrating. Because now that they know that you're on the outside looking in, you have a massive advantage. They're aware of this, but they're also scared of what secrets may come out, what you might expose, what you might let out. Are you, they're going to see you as a traitor of sorts. Trust me, this is how they move. All right. But the thing about it is that you got to move right. If they're going to want to move the way that they're moving, let them do what they want to do, but make sure you protect your path and your mind. Sometimes breaking free from these connections is alleviating the pressure on your mind. It's that will set you apart from a lot of these people around you, and it will be discussed. It will be discussed. Oh, and like I said, they come out of the woodwork when they see you break free and when they see you have more, they will come out and they will talk about you and they know they're going to say the things that is going to get you all wild up. They're going to, they know they're going to say things that are going to push your buttons where, it makes you come back to defend yourself. They play their cards exceptionally well sometimes, but you got to play better. You got to be more wise. You got to see what they do. And when you see people playing games with you, you don't play. Not these sort of games, not these type of things, We got to be more wise about what we choose to entertain. And when I decided to step away from certain connections because I saw the games they were playing, I'm like, I don't want no parts, have fun, and then you flourish and you grow and you learn about yourself and you learn about what these people are really doing and how deep-seated it really is, how widespread it really is. And you're on the outside of it. Congratulations. It's crazy. Yeah, Ethan says they absolutely hate when you ignore them. They need the attention. It feeds the game, it feeds the game and it feeds the delusions as well. I refuse to feed the delusions of somebody, who is miserable inside. There's nothing you could say to them a lot of times. Oh, just don't be miserable, get help for your problems. Sometimes it's like, why are you telling me? Why do I got to listen to you? And they'll say a lot of things. So I've learned to keep my distance. I've learned to really choose very wisely what I put up with here. I know a lot of people talk, and they talk negatively about me to their people. I'm very aware of this, hyper aware. I'm not gonna move in life with my eyes wide shut. You know what I mean? I see what's going on and I hear what's going on, and I know how to move accordingly to that. I'm not going to play like I don't know. I know I like to move like I know because I actually know. And so that's how I encourage all of you guys to be as well. If you're in these negative connections, please think twice if you really want to bring this on your elevating journey, because it's simply not worth it. And it's not worth it to be, to dumb yourself down for anybody. And people are going to talk negatively about you. So you have to know, what you want to really partake in. Do you really want to get in with some of these people? Miserable. miserable, weird. They'll force their way into your life. They'll do anything to try to get back into your good graces. But a lot of times it's fake. A lot of times it's just a ploy. A lot of times it's just a trap. They will try to trap you, to coming around and dealing with their problems. They will try to trap you, and they will say things that entice you to deal with them, accept them back into your life. And I've seen this happen. A lot of people, like they'll treat me differently than everybody else. Just because I believe that I'm different doesn't mean I should actively be treated as an invalid. Everybody should be able to be like, yeah, I'm different, but I should be able to come around and kick it. It shouldn't be no type of problem. But some people make it a problem. Like when you come around, it's like it's a big orchestration. It's a mass group effort to get at you. I'm tired of that, and I don't take part of that. Like it's just weird to me. It's odd. Thank you so much, Winnie. I appreciate it. Yeah, Luck says leave and do not look back. Exactly. Yep. Lisa, how are you? I hope you're doing well. You said ignoring people is a superpower. I had to learn that, India, thank you so much. You said being around toxic individuals and demonic souls, like diving into a sinkhole. Who's going to rope you back out? You know what I mean? Like that thing goes how many meters deep? Who's going to rope you back out? That's why we got to be extremely careful about what traps we may fall into, what traps might be laying around, what ploys, what rooms we walk into, what type of stuff do we accept? Because sometimes we'll just be, like I said, it's like baiting a fish. The fish doesn't know what it's getting itself into. It just bites the bait and it's reeled in and that's it. That's done. And so we got to be very careful what we could be baited into. And I see what the negative people around me do. I don't want to be around people like that. And you deserve to be assertive in your life and say to yourself, nah, I'm not going to give them fuel to talk more about me. I'm not going to give them any information. Be vague as possible, right? Because that's what they want. They want your information so they could kind of like bounce off each other. Oh, talk about her, talk about him. They're inevitably just keeping you, keeping you in circulation, keeping people asking about you, people who don't even know you. People ask, when you go around people for the first time, they can be acting like they know you already. And it's like, how did you know this? Where did you learn this from? Who told you this? And it's like, wow, people don't play fair sometimes when it comes to us. They do not play fair, and it's just, what can I say? It's just, it's better to stay away. Like for me personally, I find it easier. I create a distance and I don't put up with drama. Sometimes drama was forced upon me, and so it's like you have to deal with whatever's happening in the moment, right? These days I move a little bit better because, I know what I want and I know what I don't want. And what's not going to happen, right, is that someone's going to come into my life and play me like a fiddle. It's not going to work. And, and I feel better in my decisions now. Before you kind of feel like, oh, I don't want to upset them. Oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing because that's my cuz or that's my friend from a long time. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But how are you saying the wrong thing if it's, to protect the integrity of your life? No, you got to move the right way for you. What do they care? You know what I mean? Like they show that, there's no limit to the disrespect. So there should be no limit into how far I go to, protect myself and to protect what I'm working on, like I'm telling you, it's crazy. It is crazy. I just can't be bothered. Yeah, I know people talk about me. I know it. I get it. And one thing I understand too is that they always were. They always were. That's the thing. It's not new. They always were. And so it's just kind of crazy how, like I said, they'll jump ship. They'll switch what role they play, whose side they're on, what team they're on, what song they're singing, what tune, It's crazy how they'll do that. They'll talk about your lows. They'll gossip about your lows. That will be the topic for a time. But when you're going high, that will also be the topic. Like, oh, she thinks she's all that, huh? He thinks he's better than everybody else now, huh? Don't you remember how this guy used to be from before? Don't you remember how he used to move? This guy used to move weird before. He thinks he's something now. I'm telling you, they'll switch. They'll but they're keeping you in circulation though. They're clearly interested in your life, right? And it's because you're interesting. You're moving up. So yeah, they're going to talk about you, and it's just like I said, it's kind of funny how they flip-flop, and they don't even realize how that's being seen, right? Everybody like them, they don't see it that way. They all see it in the same way. It's like bots, and there's no feelings or emotions. It's just doing what everybody else does without a second thought, without using your own mind, right? That's why I asked. No one asked these questions. Nobody asked them any intelligent questions like, why are you guys on this person? Why you guys care so much? It's like everybody just kind of like, oh, really? She's like that? Oh, she did that? And they just feed into the drama and the clout and the sadness. And it's just, you could tell. You could tell what these people think. You could tell what they're acting like. You could tell what they have in their hearts. People who don't even know you, people who don't want to get to know you, people who prejudged you, right? But still talking about you like they know you, but they didn't get a chance to know you. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Mm-hmm. So it's nuts. So what I will say here about being the hot topic is that sometimes what can you do? What can you do? You can avoid these people. You can try to avoid them. You could try to shake them off, but they're always going to be there. They're always going to, like, you could run from the sun, but the sun's going to be there. You could run from the rain, but the rain's still going to touch you. Even if you're under an umbrella, you could try to run, but you're not going to, you're going to get touched. You're going to get exposed to it, right? And that's the thing, is like when people start talking your name and talking, you could be minding your business. It doesn't matter. These people will try very hard to get at you, talk your business into the ground, and they will make up stories and tell tall tales and make up rumors. Oh, this person did that. Oh, this person said that. Oh, this person said you did that. Just be mindful that you don't feed into the drama. Be mindful that you don't feed into the chaos of these people's miserable lives. You could pray for them, you could love them, but you don't have to be directly a participant in whatever it is that they do. You know? Yep. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dubs. I appreciate that. Yep. Joseph, how are you? You said they use your energy against you, so give them nothing. That's what they'll really do, won't they? Like they'll have you around, they'll have you where they want you. They'll suck your energy out of you, and then it's like, and they harvest on it. It's very creepy, it's unsettling, right? And so what we have to do is retract that. Be very careful what we give out. You have a lot of joy. You may have a lot of joy, a lot of happiness in you. Go where you're respected though. Put that to better use. And that's what I've decided to do these days, like not give into the drama, not give into what I know people want from me. I know what they want, and they're not going to get it. I know they want a problem with me. Some people do want a problem with me, still to this day. To this day, I'm talking about people still want to rattle. They still want to have a problem. And what I realize is that when you don't give them a reason, when you stay away, it's like they're talking to the wall. All right. And what are you getting out from talking to a wall? Right? It's like you're not battling them. You're not fighting them in the ways that they really wanted you to fight them. I know it aggravates them, but so be it. I'd rather them be aggravated by themselves than me be aggravated with them in an active brawl. I have other things to do, and it's just very low vibrational. I don't have time for that, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, Cherry says my neighbor does that to me for no reason. Sometimes neighbors move odd. You know what I mean? And it's like people think because they live in close quarters with you that they know your life. They're from the same town, the same place, the same block, the same strip, right? So they think they could look into your life and look over your fence. And I'm telling you, and so you don't give them too much information and you just don't talk to them. You don't really delve into specifics about your life. A lot of times it's very difficult because if we're very friendly, if we're very outgoing, people think, oh, she's friendly, he's outgoing, I can get anything I want from them, and you fall into a trap. And that's happened to me many times. It's like, yeah, sometimes you can be too friendly, too open. It's nice to be talkative, it's nice to be kind and helpful, charitable, but You know, we have to be a little bit more choosy in what we decide that we want to really give out here, put out here. Let our positivity blossom in positive spaces, you know, where people are not going to use you against you. It's just, you know, we don't want to move like that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Cherry says, funny, my neighbor yells at me through the wall and fan vent. That is eerie. That is very eerie. I, I don't find it funny, but that is extremely bizarre, you know, and very like, you know, concerning. Yeah, Bianca, thank you so much. You said, hello, Mindset Elevator. I sent you an email a couple of days ago. It said, oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Foster says, yeah, they try to humble you and want problems. That's why I stay distant and quiet. Yeah, we got to be privy to these sort of tactics that these people will. I'm talking about traps, actual traps, and actual, like, you know, creating drama where there is no drama. They know you don't want the drama, but they want you to be about the drama, though. And they'll put you in it before you even know what you're dealing with. And so this is why it's just better to play it safe, especially when you know the people's tendencies. If you know they pop off anytime, or if you know that, you know, all they do is fight with the next man outside, or, you know, you heard that they you know, got kicked out and banned from this place, like that's how they, you know, they're wiling out all the time, and they're trying to approach you in this sort of way. You know how to move, right? You know that, this person is probably trying to put me in a problem. And unfortunately, it's sad to think this way, to have to like plan who to avoid, plan which rooms to avoid, which parties to decline, because you know who's really gonna be there. Oh, so he didn't go to the party because what? What's the problem? He thinks he's better. Nah, maybe the guy don't want to be around drama. You know, maybe the person does not want to be around chaos, even if it is his people. Maybe he wants to have peace. Maybe he wants to have clarity. Maybe he can't even share his good news amongst these people because these people are a bunch of haters. And that's what haters will do. They'll talk about you. That's one of their favorite pastimes. You know, they'll talk about you, you know, and they'll hate on you. They'll scam you. They'll flip flop, you know, jump ship, whenever it's convenient. They'll take something from you and diss you right afterwards. And this is how they move. It's grimy. It's not clean. It's not right. And so, you know, it's like, no, no. It's just best to stay away and to just keep the peace in your life blossoming. That's what I choose these days. I don't want to be around just anybody. You know, for the sake of what? For the sake of what, really? What am I seeking from these toxic individuals? Just to lose a little bit more of myself every time I'm around them? I really think not. You know, I'd rather, you know, move right, move peacefully. And I realize a lot of people who I am attached to do not move peacefully. You know, they choose war, they choose fights, they choose arguments, they choose to be volatile around me, to talk my name, they choose to make it my life miserable. So why would I entertain these people when I peep what they do, what they continue to do, even to their own neighbors, even to their own kin? If I see what they do, I'm not exempt. They'll do it to me too when it's convenient for them. And so I remove myself. And that's really like helping me elevate more, because it's like, listen, you peep what they do, so you move accordingly. It's not a diss thing. It's not trying to get at them or try to add fuel to the fire, even though they may think that's what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is protect your peace. And everybody here deserves to have their peace protected. You know, don't tell them too much, because they'll dissect everything that you said. And around rooms, around tables you don't even sit at anymore, they'll talk about you too comfortably. I'm talking about way too comfortably, like you told them yourself, you know, and it's broken telephone. The details are murky. They don't know nothing about you, really, really and truly. It's all shaky. And this is how deep the you being the topic goes. There's like made up stories. It's like, oh, I did that? Wow, tell me more about it. I didn't know that I did that. I didn't know that I, you know, said that, or I went there. You will hear things about yourself that you never even knew. It's like, wow, you know, I did not know. And you hear rumors circulating. Oh, really? Huh? It's really crazy. And so what I can say is, you know, it's disturbing, right? It's disturbing how much time people have on their hands to hate on the next man or the next woman while their lives are still looking questionable. Questionable. But they want to question your life. No, you're on your way. Big difference, big difference between you and them. You know what you're doing, you know what you want. And this, what they want to do is disrupt your life by bringing you up and trying to get into your head, trying to get other people in their heads about you. It's weak. It's weak. It is weak. I don't respect it. Yeah, surviving says, why aren't they being held accountable for? Yeah, because everybody, they cover for each other. They cover for each other. They look out for each other. It's really, that's how it goes. They're kind of like, it's just, and I've seen it. I've seen it. It's just sad. Like, you're the one that's supposed to be feeling sad that you're left out and you don't know about you. You don't know about you. That's how they want it to be. I find it to be sad. Like, surviving, it really is odd, isn't it? No one wants to hold them accountable, but there is somebody who is. Oftentimes, it's you who holds these people accountable, tight-lipped, not saying nothing. When you decline that invite, when you don't go around, when you don't give them your information, you are holding them accountable, because now they have to be like, what? What are we talking about now? Now they got to make things up. Now they got to tell tall tales. It would rival Stephen King. I'm talking about I'm talking about the best work of fiction. We're talking about things that are, from the minds of authors. They make things up. And I'm telling you, it's really disturbing, and they're not getting paid for it. All right. Like, they do this stuff pro bono for free, the drama for free, the chaos they create, no incentive, nothing, just to talk about somebody. But it's somebody who's going higher, though. That's who they talk about, somebody who's going higher. But they don't want to say that, though. They don't want to use that verbiage. But that's just what it is. So you have to know who you are. That's why you're being spoken about. You're interesting. You transformed. Yeah, that's what it is. And what are they going to do about it? What are they really going to do about it? Vanessa, hi, how are you? You said they exposed themselves. Exactly. Yeah, Led Marie says some people are eternally miserable. It's like nothing's changing for them. Nothing's looking up for them. They want this. They want the negativity. They're not trying to combat their demons. They want you just to be one of them. You're a demon. You're the one that, people will put you in a lot of drama, call you a lot of names and say a lot of things to make you seem like a participant or a reason as to why certain events happen for them, or why, they lost this, they didn't get this. Sometimes people will go out, they'll pull out all stops. They'll do the whole shebang here, trying to get you to show up. They'll do the whole thing. They'll set it up real nice, real convincing. And when you don't bite the bait, or they'll send this really angry, vicious text, believing that you will answer, you will get at them. They want that interaction. They want your information. Who are you laid up with now? Who are, exes, problems, drama. And I'm telling you, don't feed into it when you know their nature is simply just to have something to use against you. You got to keep it to yourself. You got to keep your information, your joy, your changes. When you broke free from a jealous person, when you broke free from a cheating ex, cheating spouse, cheating, anybody, any riffraff, any problem in your life, any person, any situation, they will try to text you the right things or email you the right things, call you, believing that they'll say something, they'll trip you up, they'll get you in a problem, a compromising position where you will talk to them. You will tell them what they need to know. Who are you? Whose car did I see in your parking lot, your parking spot? And people will look at you. And it's like, wow, don't give them the information that they're looking for. And I've seen this happen, and it's not right. People will go very deep, very obsessive. They need the information so they could talk about it. Oh, he did this. Yeah, she. And the whole while they started this. They started the drama. They started the mayhem. They cheated. They're the ones that stepped out. They're the disrespectful ones. They're the ones that said this, but they don't talk about what they said. They talk about what you reacted like. They talked about how maybe you got real angry that time that they really pushed your buttons. They don't talk about all the negative, toxic, disgusting, demonic things that they may have said about you. They don't mention that stuff. And so it's like, yeah, it's nah, we got to move different with these people. We got to move very different. And I like it like that. I like it. I like when I'm around positive people. I like when I'm around good natured people. I like when I'm around people that I could trust, talk to. You want to share your happy news, right? I don't do it with everybody, but I'm telling you, it's just life is beautiful. If you believe life is beautiful, if you believe that you deserve a beautiful life, continue to move towards that. You deserve it. And yeah, people are going to talk about you. Let them talk. Let them run their mouth. They're going to do it no matter what level of life, what stage of your life you're at. They're going to talk about you, right? And so you got to hold your head high and understand, yeah, I know. I know what they're doing. I know what they say. I hear them. I see them. The shifting eyes, the rehearsed mannerisms. I see what they do. Let me do what I do. You know what I mean? And you do it right and you do it confidently. You know who you are. Yeah, Vanessa says, I'm sick of the attitude and the eye rolling, right? What is that? Mm-hmm. Hey, Mike, how are you? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, the streets chosen one says they be wanting your validation. It's why is it? You're a very special person. You hold a lot of, you have a type of status that is not even it's not the clout chasing type. People respect you is a deeper thing that's happening here. People know where you come from and they know where you're headed to. So people respect you and they better. And it's like, if people cannot come correct, don't come. Please don't come. Like, just stay away, keep your distance. I'll keep my distance and we can boogie. We can just move how we want to move. Don't bring your negativity to my doorstep, because it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because it's not going to work. And that's the thing. It's like, do we really got to tell them it's not going to work? You got to move like it's not working. Like, any negativity they throw at you is not hitting you. It's not hurting you. It's not keeping you down. Even if it does sting a little bit, you know who you are and you know what they're like. So we just got to move right. Yeah. Scapegoat says, act right or get out of my light. For real. Yep. Ethan says, God is good. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, Dave says, I'm quick with the high and buy. You're not even really trying to give too many details or really like stay too long, right? And so sometimes you have to move like that with certain people, because the moment that you give them that extra minute, can I have this? Can I stay here? Oh, so who was that girl I saw you talking to, huh? Like, they butter you up to get you in a problem, to get you to talk, to have something to talk about. It's like, we don't want to feed into it. We don't want to feed into it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mike says people want to use us. Don't be used. Don't you set yourself up to be used, because it's not worth it when you got places to go and you got things to do. Yep. Mike says, don't people please. I had to learn that. I had to learn that. I had to learn that it's just not worth it. Work on yourself. That's way more worth it. That's way more rewarding. When you work on yourself and you see that your life is changing for the better, that's what you should be really honing in on. Not to try to appease this person, appease that person who's probably not making no types of moves anyway. Make your moves and do the best that you can, because you cannot. It's always going to end back to square one, where you tried so hard to appease people out here they were never going to be satiated. They were never going to be proud. They were never going to show love. Sometimes they just ask, they act like you're never going to be good enough. But the whole while, you were the ish. The whole while. So we got to be careful, who we seek validation from, if at all. If at all, do your own thing. Do your own thing. Yep. Courtney says God's approval is the goal. Yep. Bryce says, I'm trying to live my life positively as possible. I want to serve my purpose under God and be the best person I can be. Keep striving for that, Bryce. Keep striving for that. And, your life is going to continue to flourish as you deserve. Thank you so much, Ethan. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mike says they only miss you when I'm gone, right? They do. That's why they'll talk about you when you're not around. They will talk about you when you're not around, when you don't call them, you don't talk to them in the same type of way that you used to. They know that it's different. They know the vibe's not the same as how it used to be. And so, yeah, it's going to be like that. Definitely. Thank you so much, Ethan. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's keep the high vibes going at all times. All right, everybody. I want to say thank you so very much for all the great vibes, for all the wonderful insight here on this live stream. All right. And understand that you being a hot topic, yeah, it's hot. It's going to feel hot. It's going to feel smothering at times where you go around certain people, you feel like everybody's on you, everybody's watching you, everybody's talking about you, talking about what they don't even know about. It's going to be a lot of weird vibes that start popping up when you start popping out, showing out, not hiding anymore, showing who you really are, right? It's going to be a lot of things said about you. There's going to be a lot of drama being brought towards you because a lot of people see that you're not on the same wavelength as you used to be. You're higher now, looking better now, feeling better, taking better care of yourself now. And it's a beautiful life that you have been, working on, building. It's going to be hard for people to accept that. So all they're going to be able to do is talk negatively about you and everything that you do, or try to say, I know them, I know him, I know her now, and clout chase off your name and off your talent as well, or various talents, various skills. They'll use you, they'll use your name, and no respect, like just no respect, like lowest of the low that you could possibly conjure up in your mind. And so it's like, let's just keep moving right. Let's keep moving accordingly. We know who we are. We know who they are, right? And so we just got to move towards our better future, move towards what we want to see happen for ourselves. And like I said, I stay away from certain people now. I do not tell certain people my business. I don't go around certain people now. I could love them, care about them, wish them well, don't want nothing bad to happen to them. But I'm good, I'm good. You're not going to see me too much, you're not going to be around me too much or know too much. And that's okay. You create a distance from people who are inclined to be dramatically negative, right? And so that's how I like to move now. Yep. Joseph, how are you? You said we're really looking better, looking brighter, and it just cannot be denied. Exactly. It's right there. It's like you can't wish it away. The elevation that you're on, the type of tip that you're on now cannot be wished away, cannot, they can rub their eyes all they want. Like, you're still going to be there and you're still going to be shining in the way that you do. And the shine isn't, it's not one dimensional. It's deeper. It's more. There is more coming. They're mad now. They're pressed now. You're the hot topic now. You're always going to be. You're always going to be. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that. I hope you have a wonderful weekend too. Thank you all so very much. I was here for a little bit longer here. Thank you guys so very much for the positive vibes and for being here with me tonight on this live stream. For all those who generously donated by way of super chats, thank you very, very much. That's appreciated. For all the likes and all the watches, all the comments, it is so awesome. I love hearing from all of you. It's amazing. It is so amazing. Thank you so much, Reality. I've been seeing a lot of you from a long time ago now. Reality, Lisa, Josh Irwin, I've been seeing a lot of you, Joseph, and a lot of new faces as well. If you're new here to the streams, I like to be a little bit, I like to laugh a lot and I really like to keep it real, So I hope that no matter if you've been here for a while or just new, I hope you guys know that you're welcome here on the Mindset Elevator. And if you guys have any video ideas, video topics you want me to talk about, definitely let me know, because I like to highlight what you guys want to talk about as well. I like to talk about things that may be bothering you or things that you may be facing as well. So if there are video topics too, I'm definitely open to that. And, I just wish all of you very well. I wish all of you very, very well. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It is crazy how October is on Sunday. I don't know how that happened, right? But it's time goes, so don't get left behind. Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves, all right? Enjoy, as we get ushered into October. And it's beautiful. It's lovely. I hope you guys have a wonderful night or morning. I know, Joseph, you're in Ireland, right? So it's already Saturday by this point, right? So take care of yourselves, everybody. Stay up, all right? Thank you so much once again for all of the support and the well wishes, and continue to go higher. And yes, you're going to be the topic. People are going to talk about you, but this is just what their nature is going to be like, so long as you're going on a high trajectory. As long as you're going higher, they're going to talk. If you're going low, if you're fluctuating, it doesn't matter what your life is looking like right now. People will talk about you, and you will be a hot topic. Even hotter, smoldering when you're at the top. Smoldering when they see you going up step by step. It's going to be to where you're too hot to touch. All they could do is talk. That's all they could do. They can't touch you. They can't approach you. You're not reachable. So all they can do sometimes, all they can resort to is to use their words and to talk and to mull over. Keep shining. They know that you shine. That's why they talk. All right, everybody, stay up, stay positive, okay? Don't let anybody trouble you this weekend. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, and we'll definitely see you soon. And if there's something going on in New York, something's going on in New York. I'm going to have to see about what's happening in New York. Definitely. Surviving says, can we ever turn our enemies into allies? That's a good topic. I might actually talk about that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. All right. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys very soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye.